So, so it's probably starting to look like I'm a serious Kaiser fanboy, but I mean, I am because I like their knives, but they just ran such an incredible sale that I had to take advantage of it. There's some stuff that looking through that sale that I just had to get after. So I've had this for a while. This is the Mini Latvent or the Latvent Mini. And it's in, I think, what is that? N690 steel. And it's got a Iron Man theme. It's got the gold and the red and then the blue. And then I guess this is like the Iron Man shield. I don't know. So I like this little knife. I do. It's got a crown spine. Just a nice little touch. The Latvent Mini. So during the sale, I noticed that its big brother was present. And so that's what's in here is a brand new Latvent, not a mini. And so I thought, man, I got to get it. I got to try it. I got to get its brother and bring it into the fold. Its big brother. So it's not a lot bigger, but it's bigger and it's definitely different. Like this is a complete liner lock where this is a frame lock. Same crown spine, I'm noticing. Let's get all of our packaging and stuff out of the way and I'll kind of break it down. So I knew how much I liked the Mini, that it was kind of a no-brainer for me. Well, and let me mention, like almost all these Kaisers, it's got a set of extra screws and pivot screws that go with it. So if you take it apart and lose one, you've got something to go back on. Kind of nice. So this is one I'm kind of excited about it because I definitely do like this little knife, and it's got multiple deployment. It's got a back flipper that's kind of hidden there. It's not, it's not very obvious, but there it is. It's got a little back flipper and then a really nice front flip. It's got a good pocket clip, nice scales, fair texture, kind of smooth. It's kind of a dressy knife, actually. So, yeah, a little bigger, but let's see what's going on in here. Pow! Yeah, nice, man. It's in S35VN steel. Definitely a bigger blade. Whoop. So now there's the real comparison. Knife to knife, blade to blade, handle to handle. Similar shapes, no doubt, just slightly bigger. It's got some relief holes cut in the scale. Yeah, very cool. Very lightweight. I'm going to say that the little one is actually heavier than the big one. They're going to be they're going to be very similar in weight. Very similar. Well, let's run this one. Oh, drop shut action. Yeah, just a little coaxing and then there it goes. I already really like this knife because I really did like this one, and this one is still small enough that it's just small profile. It's going to go in the pocket well. Got that S35VN steel. I like it. All right, let's take it apart. Let's get it checked in properly, and then we'll finish checking it out. That wasn't super tight. Kind of really just kind of came loose. The rest of these look like I'm going to need to get this pocket clip off to get to this below it. It's actually underneath that pocket clip. It's kind of interesting. Oof. That was tight. And I think it's got Loctite on it. Yeah, this one too. Lots of downward pressure because that was taking some grunt to get it. So I definitely didn't want that screwdriver to jump on that. So yeah, look, they actually milled that, raised it up the platform for the pocket clip so that that screw could go underneath there. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that one wasn't near as tight as the pocket screw ones. We should be able to come apart now. Yep. And one of the things, I mean, I've mentioned this in other videos, that when I'm taking a knife apart at this point, what I'm thinking, man, is that light. Super lightweight. Very light. What I'm thinking is, do I see anything that's going to give me an indicator that I'm actually going to improve the action of this knife? And I can tell you that I do on this one. Like, that doesn't look very good. I think it's grease, but my experience tells me that running my oil, cleaning this grease off and running my oil on it instead improves actions. So yeah, I'm going to expect this thing to run better. That's it. We're apart. Let's clean it up and put it back together. Okay. Yeah, so that Kaiser Sale, it, I think it's tapping into one of my kids' college funds, man. I mean, wow. Yeah, it was so good that I had to take advantage of it. And kind of the way I do that, I end up adding a bunch of knives to my cart, and then my discounts on top of their sale prices, because that sale allowed my discount codes to function with it as well. Latvent by Gauge. Not sure who the Gauge designer is, but, and this titanium has a nice texture on it. It's got a rough bead blasted, sand blasted texture to it. Yeah, very cool. All right, keep going, man. But yeah, it was a big enough sale that I had to get in there and take advantage of it. And you know, lately it's not just Kaiser. I mean, Civivi's had a sale. We had a pretty good sale going. I mean, it's been a great little summer for knife collecting, because stuff is pretty accessible this year as far as price and availability. I will say that you kind of had to get on it quick, because some of the more desirable stuff went pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, it begs the question: a sale like that, are the prices of these pieces, the bottom, gonna fall out of them? And I don't think so, because what I've seen is after the holiday is that the pricing on these knives have just gone back to normal. So I don't think it's going to affect long-term pricing. I think it was just an amazing sale and an opportunity, if you caught on to it, to take advantage of some really good pricing and put on a few, desirable knives. I don't know, few's probably not a good operative word in my case, but so this blade's got built-in stop pins on it, which is a good feature, along with that crown spine and that neat jimping there. Yeah. Keep it moving, man. There we go. Just sometimes I notice stuff. It's like, calm down, man. All right, we're almost there. Get her put back together here. This is the second knife recently that I've had that the bearings fit really snug against that pivot. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a roller bearing. So then the blade should be pivoting on these bearings and not relying on the bearing itself to move. So should be good. But yeah, I still have several of these Kaisers to review and run through. Some of them are older models like this one. I do have some newer models that I'm excited to get to. I don't think I cleaned this because I see oil on here. Let me clean it before I oil it. Okay. All right. Yeah, so this is one that, I mean, it's already brought a smile to my face. It's just quirky in my range in a way that I like. I'm going to get a little torque on these because there wasn't much on this when I took it out, and it's got Loctite on it, so that Loctite will activate with tension. Yeah, so that pocket clip's not recessed into the scale. It's actually up on a platform to get it above that screw. Pardon me. But it has two screws holding down, so it should be okay. They're Loctited, and they were tight. So I think by design, they're meant to get torqued in there. So I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to retorque them in there. Get them down nice and snug with a good amount of tension on them. Again, activate that Loctite and lots of downward pressure in this process right here. I'm really looking to keep that screwdriver intact on that screw. Yeah, so nice and tight. Good spring on that clip. And with these two screws, I shouldn't have any real concerns about this ever coming loose or moving. Yeah, 100% drop shut now. Oh, calm down, man. Let's check it for play. Yeah, it's super tight. Locked up really nice. Let's get rid of these tools. clear this workspace. We'll give it a quick wipe down here. Get it nice and shiny. I love that S35 steel. The look of it. I'm not sure if that's coming through in the camera, but I'm going to see if I can highlight that. But the finish on that reminds me of like a Craftsman or Snap-on, a good high quality ratchet. That's just wonderful, tough steel. And I love that finish. Is it fingerprinty? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's not something that I'm looking for necessarily, is that it doesn't show fingerprints. I guess if it was a show knife, and I'm not sure, but yeah. Drop shut now. Yeah, the action on this thing is sweet. Really snappy from that flipper tab. So let's check the ergonomics. So the grip on this is just about as comfortable as it can be. I'm going to call it just shy of confident grip. And here's what I mean by that. It's got great jimping on the spine here. So a strong grip locked in. It does grab my thumb, and it's pretty confident there. There's a little bit of a recess here. So when I'm really trying to get a strong grip on this, I'm kind of locked in here. The problem is any resistance in a forward motion with this knife, and the chances of coming up and over are pretty good. So I'm not going to call it confident, but I'll say that it's just shy of confident. It's not a bad grip. But there's not really anything holding me in there. If in a pinch, if I had to go to this knife, would I? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be okay. Part of it is because the back of the knife does tuck into the palm. So that gives me some resistance to, this. It should push back into my palm a little bit. So, is it functional? Yeah. I mean, that action's just sweet. It's one of those that I'm going to have to do it. I got to check it for play again because it's really starting to loosen up and run to the point that it makes it feel like the blade's not tight. That's how loose that thing is falling now. Really nice. Let's check the pocket clip. Okay. I'm pretty confident it's going to run good. Just the design of it. Yeah, I mean, perfect. Runs wonderful in and out, even on these thick seams. Fairly deep. It's a little bit poking out of there, but a classy amount. I like it. I like the satin black look. Runs on a standard jean size really well. Yeah, it's a good one-handed clip. On this, it's secure enough that I'd say, hey, you could tussle around and that's going to stay there. I will say on this, it's kind of loose. There's some tension there, but if you were flying around, maybe in the right circumstance, but I think that the tension on this could be improved by taking that off and bending that down a little bit, adding a little tension. The spring on that's pretty loose right there. I don't think I'm going to change it. Maybe I will. But I'll do it after the video. I'm not going to do it now, but I may put a little extra tension on that just so that it's more secure in the pocket. Let's check safety. There's no catching that blade on the back. What about the tip? The tip is recessed enough that there's no way to contact that. So The pocket clip's good. The blade is hidden within the scales, and the tip is not accessible when the knife's closed. So, yeah, it's in great shape. So, price and availability. So, current price on it is around 169, and that's a sale price down from 200 something. I got it for substantially less than that during the sale. The sale was 50% off of those numbers. So, and then I was able to apply a discount code to that. So I hopefully that's an illustration of why I have so many of these, because right now this is like $170 knife and I got it for around 80 bucks. S35VN steel, titanium scales. Yeah, it's a great knife. And so now I have the little brother and the big brother. I like it. I like it a lot. The action on this thing is really cool. So Mojave Outdoors, maybe White Mountain Knives. It's probably available in several places. I don't think it's rare or hard to find. There you go. I appreciate you watching.